Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Now, if you're a business operating in or around the nation's capital, well, you already know the reality we're dealing with. The Washington, D.C. market is absolutely cutthroat. It's this dense, incredibly fast paced environment where just relying on traditional word of mouth, yeah, that doesn't really cut it anymore. So, today we're going to unpack exactly what it takes to navigate this hyper competitive digital landscape, and we'll be using strategies straight from the local experts over at USA Marketing Pros. We are going to break down exactly how to stop being invisible online and how you can actually start dominating your local market. So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll cover the competitive DC market, building your digital foundation, dominating local search visibility, building trust with reviews, the 4-step growth process, and finally, your local growth partner. Let's build that digital skyscraper from the ground up.
All right, Section 1, the competitive DC market. Georgetown, DuPont Circle, Capitol Hill, Navy Yard, the H Street corridor. Listen, we are talking about a massive concentration of law firms, nonprofits, government contractors, hospitality, you name it, all packed into an incredibly compact geography. Everyone is literally competing for the exact same high-value clients within a super small radius. And because of that intense density, just having a website that, simply exists out there, nowhere near enough. Your online presence has to instantly communicate absolute credibility. It has to make a flawless first impression, or guess what? Your prospect is just going to hit the back button and go straight to the competitor one block over.
Now, when we talk about digital marketing in DC, this is a quote that comes up all the time. We get most of our business from referrals, which, hey, it's a very relationship-driven city, so that totally makes sense. But here is the critical flaw in that thinking today. Even your highly referred clients, they are researching you online before they ever pick up the phone. Think about it. If a trusted colleague recommends you, but your website looks like it was built a decade ago, or you have basically zero Google presence, that warm referral is going instantly cold. A weak web presence actually loses you the very referrals you've worked so hard to get. A strong digital presence doesn't replace referrals, it reinforces them. And more importantly, it closes them.
Moving on to Section 2, building your digital foundation.
Think of your web design as the concrete base of a massive skyscraper. It has to be built for pure performance. First off, it absolutely must be a mobile-first build, right? Because the vast majority of local searches happen on smartphones while people are on the go in the city. And it needs incredibly fast load times. That's not just for a good user experience. Google actually penalizes slow sites in their search rankings, which is a big deal. You also need crystal clear service pages and credentials. Remember, you're dealing with government contractors and professional services here, so authority is quite literally everything. Plus, you need built-in lead capture, whether that's a contact form or a consultation request, tailored to how DC clients actually prefer to reach out. This website is your foundational landing pad. Every SEO effort, every paid ad, every referral eventually lands right here, so it must be built to convert visitors into leads from day one.
All right, Section 3, dominating local search visibility.
The single most critical piece of real estate in this entire equation is your Google business profile. This is exactly what shows up in Google Maps and the local pack when someone types in a service near them. In a dense, packed city like DC, ranking in that local pack is incredibly valuable. And yet it's wild. So many businesses leave their profile only partially configured. They forget to add their exact service areas, they don't upload professional photos, or they just leave their categories totally blank. By doing that, they are rendering themselves completely invisible at the exact moment a nearby prospect is actively comparing their options.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this concept of NAP consistency. It stands for name, address, and phone number. And sure, it sounds incredibly basic, right? But ensuring your NAP is completely identical across the entire web, I'm talking every single directory, every social profile, every mention, is a massive local authority signal for search engines. In highly competitive neighborhoods like DuPont Circle or Shaw, generic lazy SEO tactics just don't work. It's these meticulous technical details like perfect NAP consistency that will literally make or break your local SEO rankings.
Of course, getting found isn't just about organic search. We have to consider the difference between local SEO and paid ads. Local SEO builds this amazing, compounding, long-term organic authority. It takes time, yes, but the ROI is absolutely massive. Google Ads, on the other hand, they deliver immediate, day-one traffic. In a market packed with high-value legal and financial keywords, ads are basically your high-speed elevator straight to the top floor. But the secret here is that they synergize perfectly.
While you're waiting for your long-term SEO structure to build that authority, your Google Ads provide immediate, geo-targeted leads, ensuring that your ad spend generates actual inquiries, not just empty clicks. Section 4. Building trust with reviews. Let's talk about the exterior polish of our skyscraper.
Okay, imagine a prospect is comparing two identical businesses in DC. Say, two healthcare practices right down the street from each other. Competitor A has 200 glowing reviews, competitor B has 30. Who are you gonna call? I mean, in almost every single scenario, the consumer chooses competitor A, right? Your review profile is a 24/7 trust signal. It operates around the clock on your website and in Google Maps, serving as the ultimate deciding factor for potential clients.
So, the big question, how do you actually become competitor A? Well, you don't just cross your fingers and hope people leave reviews. You use systematic tools. USA Marketing Pros utilizes proprietary software to automate this whole thing. They have Review Grow, which creates automated workflows to collect reviews consistently without you having to manually follow up. Then there's Reputation Riser, which automatically surfaces those fantastic Google reviews directly onto your website for instant social proof. They use Review Responder to provide professional templates for managing both positive and negative feedback, which is huge because it prevents the situation from ever escalating. They even create reputation videos for your social media. It literally turns a passive hope for good reviews into a proactive, conversion-driving machine. Which brings us to Section 5, the 4-step growth process. Let's look at the methodology behind all this. And this brilliantly illustrates how achieving digital dominance is a predictable methodology. It is not magic. It starts with step 1, audit and strategy. That means reviewing your current visibility, looking closely at your competitors, and finding the highest impact opportunities. Step 2 is optimize, upgrading the website, fixing that on-page SEO, and dialing in that Google business profile so you make a really strong first impression. Step 3 is content and authority. That's building out specific service and neighborhood pages based on how local customers actually search and firing up that review generation engine we just talked about. And finally, step 4 is monitor and improve, tracking real-world lead activity and refining the strategy as the DC market naturally evolves. And finally, Section 6, your local growth partner. So the crucial point on this slide is the number 14. That represents over 14 years of experience serving Washington, D.C. businesses. USA Marketing Pros isn't some faceless national agency somewhere. They are based right in Arlington, Virginia, literally just steps across the Potomac. They understand the pace, the specific neighborhoods, and the fierce competition of the district. And honestly, perhaps most importantly, they commit to working with only one business per specialty per market. That means if they are working hard to rank your business, they are not actively helping the guy across the street compete against you for the exact same search terms. Ultimately, this is what it all comes down to. USA Marketing Pros helps Washington, D.C. businesses improve visibility, generate better leads, and build a stronger online presence. When you combine a truly credible foundation, aggressive local search visibility, and an unshakable reputation, you don't just exist in the DC market, you dominate it. To see exactly how they can transform your digital strategy, you can learn more at usamarketingpros.com. So I'll leave you with this question to think about today. If a highly qualified referral searched for your business right now, what does your current digital foundation say about you?